I love you, baby. I'm never gonna give you up, baby. Never gonna let you down, baby. Never gonna run around and desert you. Oh, pretty baby. I'm never gonna make you cry, baby. I'm never gonna say goodbye, baby. I'm never gonna tell a lie and hurt you, baby. So let me love you.
Everyone, Darth Vegan here from the train station, waiting for my train to head to London, so I can join the march to rejoin the EU. And yeah, that's in there as well, along with a sandwich with tofu and lettuce. The food items that brought down the government. Shorter serving prime. But yeah, my sign here says, "The country has gone bananas." Oh, this would be a great day, won't it? Yeah, it is about the EU and Brexit. But she was in the job for 45 days. Bad can you get it? So I'm arrived, and just try and find the process. Where's my life now? Found them. Found the march. Rejoin march. Oh, I can hear some music up there. Should probably settle somewhere for lunch actually before we go moving. Yeah. Casually defeating the lettuce and the tofu that brought down Truss and Frozen respectively. Oh, got a bit of margarine.
I wanna leave nights around 12 o'clock. Johnson, it's like Mandalorian level. Oh, Fred, don't you weep no more. Oh, Fred, don't you weep no more. Johnson, I enjoyed it. Oh,
General election. General election. Election. Now. Hey, lettuce. A Remain lettuce. Never gonna give EU up.
What do we want? General election.
Never gonna let EU down.
Now. What do we want? General election. When do we want it? Now. Thank you.
General election. Now. General election. Tories out! Now! Now! General election! Now! General election! Now! General election! Now! General election!
In Ethiopia. Every single day, thousands of Amhara slaughtered by rival chicken, and children, and mothers, and mothers. 3 days, baby, slaughtered by knife. Stop! Stop, state-sponsored Amhara genocide in Ethiopia. Stop the state-sponsored Amhara genocide in Ethiopia. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. Stop state-sponsored.
Better. How about Liverpool? Yay, nice ones. Right, so I'm from the East Midlands. Anyone from Derby by any chance? Hey, oh, one of us down here. It's probably not the best Rejoin city. Brilliant. So now we want them all to hear. We're loud and we are not going away. Fabulous. Sorry, while they just get ready for photographs, I'm going to try not to. I've tied myself into a knot. There we go. I don't have a friend on stage. Look at this. Oh my god, this is just... So I can see a lot more than just EU flags. Got Wales, Sweden, Norway, Holland! Sorry! I'm really sorry, I've got an earpiece in this ear and I think I've gone deaf in the other.
Boris, good luck.
Yeah, sorry about
Bye bye. Hire a cheat and bully. So I can turn back the clock and set us free.
thank you to a lovely lady called Sylvia. Without Sylvia, you wouldn't get to see our most prolific protester, Mr. Steve Bray. She's done a fabulous job, and I think everybody here needs to give her a round of applause because this man kept it going. There she is. Hi, Sylvia.
Thank you. I hope I can, yeah, this fan is working. I'm really overwhelmed today, yeah. Thank you very much and I'm happy to be here, yeah. And thank you for the support from everybody. And I love being an activist. I'm not a protester, I'm an activist. And I hope to become an all-round activist. And I love as well taking pictures and videos, upsetting all the dogs around here. I love them all anyway, so, okay, thank you so much, okay, yeah?
Come on guys, you can make more noise than that. I'm going to introduce Gareth from Sodom. He's going to come up on stage and have a few words. Look at that saunter, it's bossing it big time. Oh, I'm going to stand over here.
I'll just start.
Yeah!
Are destroying our nation! Well, I'll use a mic for the rest of it, I think. How about it? Okay, I'm used to, you know. Anyway, there's a running joke with Steve and me in that I prepare and Steve does his thing, and we've had a busy week. You might have noticed we're all over the place. So, with a couple of bullet notes, I'm here to have a little chat because we are all of us, we are in this together. They are grifters and they have let us down. We need to do this for ourselves now. We turn this, we do it. And one thing that has been going on, you're all aware, you've been watching some of the videos. Sodom has been providing the iconography of dissent in the UK for 6 years. But all of us at different times in the press. On the telly, we find our way onto the telly. But not just in this country. Internationally, I mean, I've given interviews to Danish TV, German TV, various members of us have Japanese TV, Louise has done Japanese TV. Come help us. This is wonderful. It is fantastic you're all here, but every time there's a PMQs on a Wednesday, we are there on that island shouting at them. And in addition, we were at the party conferences, Tory and Labour, we've done that a few times, and other key things as well. We are there and we are hounding them with our speakers, which you will recall, they then brought in silly little laws that are unconstitutional to intimidate us into silence. And they failed. So,
We still love you, we miss you, and especially in times like this, when we are being attacked as democracies, it has become even more important to stand together. And I believe and I'm convinced the European Commission, the Member States, and the vast majority of the European Parliament are completely united in this one message. Our door remains open. And secondly, I wanted to say, because we are standing in front of the Parliament today, I believe Brexit is a cautionary tale.
It is a cautionary tale not only for people in the UK, but for all Europeans. Not only because of the economic and political damage it has done to this beautiful country, but also because we all have to learn a lesson from it. We have to learn a lesson that we cannot be silent when populist charlatans are taking the power over the political discourse. We have to speak up together and to fight this fight.
Yes!
And lastly, I wanted to say, and this really comes from the bottom of my heart, you over the last years have built the biggest pro-European citizens movement all over Europe. And we salute you for this. What you have built in the last years is absolutely inspiring. And I say this here today, I said it in my last speech before Brexit in the European Parliament, but I want to say it again today. I am going to see MEPs from the UK being re-elected to the European Parliament, and for that end we have to work together, and we will. Thank you so much for all you have done. All my love, all my solidarity, and keep going. Thank you.
Brussels Parliament on May the 18th. It was going to be endorsed by all the MEPs before it started its mission in this country. But the European Parliament, and Terry in particular, liked the Star so much, they asked if they could keep it until we return. The first official sign that they want us back.
Hi everyone. I would like to talk to you about 3 elements that I think are crucial for us to successfully lead the UK back to where we belong, at the heart of the European Union. And those 3 things are creativity, positivity, and inclusivity. Creativity is the seismographic key in a democracy to delivering powerful and memorable communications which lead to meaningful change. Without creativity, we cannot envisage a future for the UK inside the European Union with a fair electoral system and a government that actually acts in the interests of its people. The UK is on...
Hello everybody, what a beautiful sight, all these wonderful rejoiners together. Also known as the gorgeous Anti-Growth Coalition and the stunning Wokerati. Thank you so much for coming out. If you want your country back, make some noise. Now, do you remember when they said Brexit was all about taking control? When they said Brexit was all about loads of benefits as we walk towards those sunlit uplands? Do you remember when Jacob Rees-Mogg was the minister? Was the minister for Brexit benefits, and he left that post without finding a single one. The reality is, we're 6 years on from the referendum. The economy is trashed, mortgages are up, the Bank of England has had to bail out the government, there's chaos at airports, there's chaos at Dover, the NHS is in crisis, social care is in crisis, roaming charges are back, queues everywhere, the cost of living crisis. This is the reality. Now you would think also, given what Brexit has done to the Tories, that they'd have learned a few lessons. Brexit has destroyed 4 Tory Prime Ministers. It's made the Tory party and the UK a global laughing stock. And the Tories now have the lowest poll ratings they've had in decades. Can you believe it? After all of that, they're still going to drag us through another leadership election. And I can hardly bring myself to say this. They're thinking of bringing back the lying, charlatan, law-breaking Boris Johnson. If they had a shred of decency, if they knew the public mood, if they cared about the country before they cared about themselves, they would give us a general election now.
Yeah!
So it's our most prolific activist. Where have you been? What have you been doing? You've missed it all. Well, now you get a chance to catch up. It's Mr. Steve Bray.
Sorry, I had to do that. My mum's got a new smartphone and she said, next time you're out with your mates, send me a selfie. It's great to see you all here. It's our first march in 3 years! Give yourselves and all those, don't forget there's people who can't make it, they're watching online. Give them all a cheer too. Apparently, I've got 3 minutes to speak. So just to put that into perspective, that's the same amount of time the next Prime Minister will be in office. Pork markets. They want Boris Johnson to come back.
That is a disgrace.
That would be a disgrace. My Liz Truss impersonation. Anyway, I don't want to waste time talking about the Tories anymore. They are history. First past the post, that's got to be consigned to history too. That's what led us here. 200 years of the two-horse race. It doesn't work, it doesn't represent us, and we deserve better.
Yes!
Not just deserve better, we bloody demand better.
Yeah!
Their representation should be a given, not a fight. It's essential for us to rejoin the European Union in whatever format we can get initially. It's going to take time. We need to build that deal back up. We're never going to get the deal we had. We have to accept that. But it can start with a single market, the customs union, our freedom of movement!
Yeah!
A general election is coming. It could be any time from now to 2 years. We need to prepare for that. We need to be badgering our MPs. You know, there's a certain MP, I'm not going to name him, Keir Starmer, says, we're not going to rejoin, we're not doing this, we're not doing that. Hold on a minute! You represent the people, your constituents. You do what the people want!
Yeah!
Three goals, three priorities. Tories out!
Yeah! Tories out!
Proportional representation!
Proportional representation!
Constitution! Priority one though, Tories out. We can work with it. Parties need to work together. So, to finish off, please turn to your left. Look at that building there. There's been builders on it, repairing it for the last 4 years. Only we can repair the damage inside.
Yeah!
It will take you, me, united, all of us, we repair our broken parliament. We deserve better. We demand better. Tories out!
Tories out! Tories out! Tories out! Tories out! Tories out! Tories out! Tories out!
Part of the European Union is not just some distant possibility, but an achievable and seeable goal. Become an early riser, help us grow the show, and put yourself on the right side of history with us. 16 million rising.
Thank you very much. Thank you for the invitation to be here. As you know, I did in my life the most awful job that I never want to repeat. That is to negotiate a Brexit. The most negative experience in my life. And I will never again do it. So I'm very pleased, therefore, I wanted absolutely to be here in this first Rejoin March. And I'm sure there will be all the Rejoin marches that are necessary until there is a rejoin of the UK in the European Union. So, I promise you that I will be there every time, but don't take too long, huh? I'm an old man. And I want to see in my life the return of the UK in the European Union. And why? Because in fact Brexit has been a disaster for the UK and a disaster for Europe as such also. We are weaker today than before Brexit. Also Europe. Everything what is happening with Russia in Ukraine is in fact an argument for a strong European Union with the UK. You know, when we did the march from Trafalgar Square until here, and we went nearby Downing Street, I said, yeah, there is nobody in Downing Street today anymore. Well, when I came here on this square, I was looking to that statue behind you of a man, the greatest British politician that you ever got. He was a liberal, a conservative, a little bit of both. But I know one thing, he would never, Winston Churchill, have done what the conservatives are doing now in this country and to Europe. I'm pretty sure that if he was still alive, if that statue could move, the first thing he will do was to bring Britain back in the European family.
I think we should own it as a badge of honour. But of course what we're about today is being rejoiners. And it's really been a brilliant turnout for our first march, and our second one, which I very much hope it won't be too long away, will of course be even bigger. But because the fact is that the Brexit bubble, or as I call it, the Brexit boil, has burst. And the poison is starting to ooze out, and we're going to help clean it up. Because Brexit has been the economic disaster that we knew it would be. Project Fear has indeed proved to be Project Reality.
I see Yorkshire's represented. Came down on the train myself, came up, Westminster Station, there's a poster, I kid you not, there's a poster with Liz Truss there, and it says, will she get it? She got it all right. Our secret agent, Liz Truss, I couldn't believe it. She runs up against Rishi Sunak, who campaigned to leave the EU, and she convinced the Tories she was the Brexit candidate. She had the Tufton Street Brigade, convinced she was their star pupil. She had the ERG thinking she was a Brexit zealot reborn, and she had the Tory media claiming she was the high priestess of Brexit. Then she blew a hole in HMS Hard Brexit, and now they're calling her a Remainer again. But now we've got the situation where the Financial Times, and I urge you to look it up on YouTube if you haven't seen it, the Financial Times, you know, those well-known Marxist wokenauts, have produced a video explaining the damage of Brexit now, especially since that Brexit budget. On Monday, they're going to produce another Brexit budget where they say we should be pleased that the pound is back up to $1.12. It was $1.58 before the referendum. And they're going to tell you, I'm sorry, we seem to have blown a hole in the country's finances. We need to plug it by cutting public services and squeezing your incomes. Because it's the only way. The only way. We've raised trade barriers that mean we can't export some things, not just to the EU, but the US as well. Also, what we can export, Brexit red tape's expensive, you know. So the profits are lower. But what do we tax? The profits. If we've got lower profits, we have lower taxation. And they tell us that the only way to plug this gap is to squeeze public services and your incomes, when if they lowered the trade barriers, we could sell more profitably, raise more taxes, and we wouldn't have to cut public services. The chances of Brexit lasting are zero. It's just a matter of when. It makes no sense. It made no sense then. It makes no sense now.
Self-evident by the day, Brexit has broken Britain. It has broken our democracy because it introduced the use of casual and outrageous lies as the currency of our political debate. It swept aside centuries of skillful politics, the explanations of how there are trade-offs between different things you want out of politics. It replaced this with a political dialogue where there was only sunlit uplands and no downsides. Having your cake and eating it moved from being a criticism of unrealistic expectations to the very bread and butter of our political discourse.
Surprise, we're back! London, you are a beautiful European city. And it's lovely also to see all those banners again. Bradford for Europe, Leeds for Europe, I see Dorset for Europe. I see a scientist for EU banner, brilliant, absolutely love that. We are back, we are here again. Boy, I thought 2019 was mad. Do you remember when we were here in October 2019? And now look where we are. Look where the economy is now. It's a direct result of trying to drive an engine using levers of fantasy. What was that all about? And that's where we are now. In 2019 we were here and we were saying, we're warning you, just let us have a vote on the deal that you have negotiated. That's all we want. A little bit of democratic accountability. But no, they did it how they wanted. Broken structures. Northern Ireland still a mess in terms of the relationship with Europe. Economy tanked. And we're here today to say, we told you so. We absolutely bloody told you so. But we're also here today to say we're Europeans. We are Europeans. We've been helping to build the EU for decades. In my area, science, we were building that programme. We were inventing parts of it. We were leading parts of it. Our innovation and European innovation were interwoven. That was the opportunities for our youth, for our young scientists, for our institutions. We were leading the world by being in that European hub.
Hasn't been able to vote in the referendum. This is unfair.
Yeah!
Young people are also those that disproportionately would take advantage of the European Union. They would go abroad, they would study abroad, they would change their place of residence every 6 months because they want to. They have the liberty, they have the energy, but they can't. This is a big issue, and we need all of us to work together. And my message today, as we are standing here with this beautiful branding, all of us being so passionate, we need to build more bridges. We need to reach the unreached. We have to stop talking to the ones that are already here. Who managed to convince their Brexiteer father to come here today? Who managed to convince that bus driver, to convince that supermarket cashier, or to convince their friend, their neighbor? We need to make sure that we expand. So no more working in our own bubble. No more of the same strategy. And no more shaming of Brexiteers. We need to change our mindset, and we need to start approaching those people and reaching them. We need to understand their concerns. Well, fun fact, everyday concerns at the moment are very linked to Brexit. So the argument's on our side. Everything is evident.
We've been told, get over it. We've been told it's all our fault. We've been told Brexit is done. But the only thing that has been done is the British people. Regardless of what the political parties say, or rather what they don't say, it's time for a serious, honest debate about our future in Europe. The truth about Brexit cannot be hidden any longer. Our country is falling apart. The damage is piling up, and the government don't have the first clue what to do about it. Thankfully, we do. There are those that would have you believe that rejoining the EU is a long-term project. They tell us, be patient. Now is not the time. It's going to take a decade or even a generation. Well, I don't know about you, but after 6 years, my patience has run out. We cannot allow talk of delays to become a self-fulfilling prophecy. If we do, we'll be still here making speeches in 10 or 20 years' time.
Tories have failed at every count. They failed to defend our interests as a major player in the biggest economic market. They lied about Brexit benefits. They made us poorer and less safe. They didn't protect us when COVID hit. They continue to risk peace on the island of Ireland. They talk about democracy, but they have no democratic mandate to inflict so much harm on our country. They must be held to account, they must be scrutinised, they must be confronted with the truth at every opportunity. There is no good Brexit, there never was. Brexit was a hard right project, dreamed up by the ERG and the Tufton Street free marketeers.
The pro-European majority of the Conservative Party. What I would say is that the events of the past fortnight What I would say is that the events of the past fortnight are a very fitting culmination of the unsavoury process whereby the Eurosceptics took over the Conservative Party. The administration of Liz Truss was a reminder that history can begin as tragedy and frequently end up as farce. The farce, however, gives us the opportunity to return to the European Union.
The country they've taken away, where has it gone? The tolerant, inclusive, diverse, creative, outward-looking, fair-minded, pre-Brexit one. Where is she now? I have lost her. The one I loved, was nurtured by, for so many peaceful decades. She that was part of Europe, yet still her own self. Perhaps I took her for granted. I didn't mean to. I mourn her loss every day. My love is a stranger to me. She ignores me when I call her name. She does not heed or see me. I am invisible now. How can that be? How has this come to pass? I am a refugee in my own country, wandering, forsaken, lost in a land I no longer recognise. A land taken over by an alien power. Shouty men and women telling me what I want, telling me what the people want, telling me I need to move on. I cannot. My heart is broken. It does not heal so easily. I am grieving. We were together so many years, so very many years. I thought, till death do us part, but they came and stole you away. Now they rape you before my eyes, violate you daily, rub salt in my wounds. You are bleeding. Your life is draining away. I cannot bear it. My tears fall and they rub salt in my wounds. I miss you more than you will ever know. I want you back. I cannot watch. You're drowning now beneath your waves, pushed down when you break water and emerge for air. I will not bear it. I want you back. I cannot let you go. I want you back, and I will fight.
So, 6 years ago, Boris Johnson and his group of mutant Tories, they broke this country. After financially strangling people for 6 years, they turned to a population that was made desperate by Brexit and told them, desperate by austerity, and told them that Brexit was the way to a better life. And the worst thing is, the people who warned about the damage of Brexit, they were called Project Fear, and we had to, in that discussion, defend the status quo, defend keeping things the way they were. And so the Tories claimed to offer hope. But the beautiful tragedy about where we are now is that the tables have fully turned. Because look at the state of the country. Right now, it's the Tories telling you that this is the best you can get. And Jacob Rees-Mogg is even saying that at the end of next year, you just have to accept that there's going to be a 70% increase in the cost of food because we start doing import checks. We are the ones offering cheaper food. The Tories will tell you, they're telling businesses and farmers and fishing workers, they just have to accept extra red tape, expensive red tape, and all the extra forms they have to fill in. We are the ones offering British businesses a chance to breathe. The Tories will tell you, you just have to accept that your rights are being taken away, that you're losing the right to protest, to even be here right now, that you're losing your rights to your voting rights, your rights to work in other countries. We are the ones offering freedom.
This is about you. It's about our future, our kids' futures, and we need to get the ball rolling. The time is now. This is where it starts. Thank you!
The Houses of Parliament just about to go in for a tour. Obviously I have just done a protest, and my protest stuff they will have to keep it. It's not actually allowed inside. So yeah, that's fine. It's fine by me. Yeah, just about to go through security now. See you when on the other side. The oldest part of the building. Just enjoying some Ethiopian food. Yeah. So I've just been round the House of Parliament. No photography allowed in the with most of the building. Just the sort of entrance part. But yeah, I must say the House of Parliament is smaller than I thought it was. Souvenir, right, honourable gentleman. Oh, honourable gentleman. Coaster. Glass case. The eyes have it. So yeah. Pretty cool. Another one on my bucket list. TikTok.
Thank you.
Another one. I haven't mentioned this yet. His mum. I got myself a boyfriend, so that's pretty nice. And we're in an open relationship now as well, which is even better. So yeah, that's it for today. So it's nice seeing the protests to the Houses of Parliament. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, maybe think about subscribing. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and goodbye.